Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Well, obviously we're doing more Bluetti stuff, except this time it's fantastically creative stuff. And that's one of the reasons I have loved Bluetti and I've promoted them. Again, they never paid me a penny of any way, shape, or form of any kind has Bluetti ever paid me a penny. They send me the products. I almost always give them away because what am I going to do with all these products? I don't sell them. I give them away to friends who report back on how they're working for them. So I've been a big fan, and I promote them because I think they're good for you. That's what I care about. And in the beginning, they were really creative, just really amazing, I thought, in how they put together all the parts and pieces and made it just really useful. And for this holiday season, they came out with 4 new models. The only one that I thought was a real substantial step ahead, just in numbers, was the AC70. But this is completely new, completely creative and innovative, and I've never seen it before, which is why I love Bluetti, because they do things that are really creative. Okay, so let me show you some of the things that just at quick glance set these apart from everything else. First, they have the new fridge, and it is the FO45D. It's a 50-quart fridge, but with some really unique things about it. But let me come back to that in just a second. This is the new AC180T. Now they have a AC180, which is a fantastic one. I really, really like it. But this is the T. But what really stands out about this one is this right here, that it has portable batteries. It has 2 of these. And this is one, and that's one. And now that's not terribly new. A lot of these power stations will allow you to plug into an external battery. I don't think any of them will let you take the battery out. I can't think of any right now. One of the reasons why I think this is fantastic, really, really fantastic, is if you have these for a while and the battery goes bad, you can just replace it. And I love that. That modularity is something that's missing in power stations. So I'm really glad to have this. There's 2 of them. Each one, I believe, is 716 watt hours. I'll put the actual number right down here below. So there's the 2 of them. But what I really like about this, too, another great thing, is now this is lighter. And that's been my biggest complaints about all these big power stations. They're so huge and heavy. A lot of them are like 60 pounds. Some of them are 80 pounds. Well, if you take the batteries out, now I just have this, and I think we all can carry this without any problem. We have 2 of them, and then we can carry this, and this is nothing now. This is nothing. Let me show you one more fantastic trick it has up its sleeve. I pull the battery out. I come over here. It has a battery compartment, and it has this basket. If you don't buy the battery, then you got a basket for storage. But now I can connect this battery in here, and boom, I've got a battery-powered fridge. And they go back and forth, and they work together. I think that's really great. It does not come with its own battery. You're only going to have 2. I would probably buy another battery. I almost certainly would buy, and I'm sure they'll sell it as a kit, probably at a discount if you buy the fridge and the battery. That's what I think I would buy, because then this is always you got to back up. Bad weather days come, you start to low on power, then this will kick in and run. This also comes with MC4 cables so that you can plug this into solar. It will take 200 watts of solar right straight in and keep its own battery charged. I love that too. So you can have your solar attached to that, keeping it charged, and another panel attached to this, keeping it charged. I'm really impressed with the interchangeability of these batteries. I really like that. On the other hand, if this starts to run low, the 180T, you can just pull this battery out of here and put it in. No one's doing anything like this. That's just fantastic, and I really, really like it. I know of at least one other company that is making the fridges with a battery that you can charge, but this interchangeability, that isn't out there. And this big battery, 716 watt hours, I believe. So this together, they have, I think, 1,500 and 60, about that. And so I think this is really, really sharp. But wait, there's more. They've got one more trick up their sleeve I've never seen on any fridge before. This is a lot of innovation. There's a latch here and a lid, and what could be in there? An ice maker. I have never seen one of these things come with an ice maker before, and to my mind, that is a huge, huge plus. I would love to have an ice maker. In fact, I will run this as a freezer. I have a great fridge already. I almost never keep these things because I don't need them, but I want a freezer and I want an ice maker, and they come together. So I will definitely keep this one for myself. I'll take this and use it and give you my report on all of it. Assuming that all works well, I'm going to be really, really pleased. Now, all this innovation comes at a price. When I went inside and looked, I think it looks a little small. Let me show you. So here's the main compartment, and it's got a really good looking seal. In fact, I can feel a vacuum once I've closed it. It's a really good seal. I'm very, very impressed with this. One of the best I've seen. It's very thick. I think this is, I can't tell, you know, really visually. I bet it's an inch and a half thick. With the more insulation, the better, of course. And the walls seem really exceptionally thick. But in here, it's not that huge. And I won't know until I start using it what I think of that size. It says it's 45 quart. Does that include the ice maker? I don't know. It does have a carry handle, and it does have wheels, which is good because it's pretty heavy. It's 52 pounds. And that probably does not include the battery. As of now, first impressions, just got it out of the box and looked at it. I am incredibly, incredibly impressed. I think this is brilliant innovation of things that will actually make your life better. Now I'm going to take these things and set them up and use them and see if they live up to their initial impressions of being fantastic. I'll be right back. So now I've been using this for probably a couple weeks, a month now, and I'm ready to give you my feedback on it. Again, what makes this really, really special is the ability to pull out the batteries. They are heavy. That's really what sets this apart from nearly anything else. So you could buy an extra set of batteries and have them in reserve. And then, of course, it's tied into this new Bluetti fridge, because these same batteries, you could take this battery out of here and put it in this one. I love that connection between these two. They mate together really well that way. This works perfectly well. It runs my microwave. That's one of my biggest things. It has an 1800 watt inverter. It's a little bit on the small size as far as I'm concerned. It's 1433 watt hours. That's a little bit small, but it's perfectly fine, and unless you need a really big system. And of course, it's infinitely expandable. As long as you can just keep buying batteries and swap them in. And you can have them in your Bluetti fridge and have solar going into it and charging that while you're keeping this charged too. So this combination together work really well. The one real limitation I think it has is it will only take 500 watts of solar. To my mind, that's a little low. I'd like to be able to put in 800. This is very, very heavy, like all of these big things are. However, you can just pull the battery out, and the battery is quite heavy. The reason these things are so heavy, come out, is that battery is really heavy. You take batteries out, you can carry them over one at a time, no problem. I can handle this without any problem whatsoever. And if I separated these into 3 pieces, then, it's a lot easier to handle. So I think that's a big plus. So what do I think? I like it. I like it a lot. I really like these hot swappable batteries. I think it's the best solution they've come up with yet. Now this is so brand new, I don't know the price and I don't know the details. And it's really gonna come down to the price, isn't it? It always does for most of us. If you have very limited space, this is the best you can do. Because the batteries you can pull them out, you can stash one here, stash one there, wherever you got room. And I really like that. I think this has hit an incredibly sweet spot of size and capacity. At any rate, it comes 100% recommended from me. It works super like all Bluetti products. Other than the one flaw that it only takes 500 watts of solar, I think it's amazing, amazing, amazing. Now I've been using this fridge for a couple weeks, a month now, and I'm pretty happy with it in most ways. It's not perfect. It's the very first fridge that Bluetti has made, and I see some room for improvement. However, it is still unique. There is nothing like this on the market, nothing. The fact that it has an ice maker built in, that's just completely unique to 12-volt compressor fridges. And the fact that it's hot swappable batteries, that is not unique. Lion Cooler has been doing that. However, it's the only one that can be hot swapped into and out of a power station, like this Bluetti AC180T. So that is completely unique. So it has a couple of completely unique features that are unlike anything on the market, and I think they separate them. So again, one of the most unique things about this is the fact that the battery is hot swappable. This is a little storage unit it comes with, and I'm just keeping the cables in it. I don't know how it's coming. It's too new for me to know if it's coming with a battery. My guess is you can order it with or without a battery. Okay, and now it's running on the battery. I've got this right beside my bed because my rig isn't really designed to have a freezer, and I have this set as a freezer, 8 degrees. It is very quiet, one of the quietest I've ever seen. It also is low power, one of the lowest power I've ever seen. It draws 30 watts very, very regularly. It doesn't go up or down. It's just 30 watts whenever it's on. And it is well insulated because it will rarely come on. So it's very low power, and it's very quiet and very well insulated. That's what I would say. Let's talk about the ice maker. The ice maker was a little bit of a trouble for me. I had to actually write them and get some help, but I did figure it out. The ice maker is good. It works. You'll get ice, but it's not great. I'll just say that. I would say it's not quite ready for prime time. It takes about 20 minutes to get just a small amount of ice, 15 to 20 minutes, depends on the size of the cube you make. You have two sizes of cubes. And one of the things I don't care for is that it doesn't keep them frozen. So you have to make them and use them is kind of the bottom line. I have this set as a freezer so I could make them, accumulate them, and then put them in the freezer to keep them. But I've not figured out the exact time it takes, but they're gonna melt. If you go and look at it again in 4 hours, those ice cubes will melt it away. And you have to keep putting the water in. If you make ice, take the ice out, there's that much less water in it. So it doesn't plug into anything, which of course it can't, because you might be out on the beach and there's no way to connect the water there. You just have to keep pouring water in, and then it freezes that into ice cubes, and then you take it out and you put more water in. And this door is very flimsy. Maybe it's much tougher than it looks, that's possible, but my thought is that this is not very strong. So the ice maker works, and reliably, it will make you ice. It sure works. If you want to buy a 12-volt compressor fridge that makes ice, this is the only one on the market. Nothing else exists, and it will do it and do it reliably. It won't do it fast, and it won't keep frozen once it's made it, but it will get the job done. So it also has wheels here. It's heavy. It is big and heavy. Now I've got that battery in there. It's very heavy. The insulation is excellent, really excellent. I think the insulation's really, really good. I always add more. I drape blankets over here. I got a down blanket I drape over here. And between what it's built in and what I'm doing, it's just really runs very, very little. I like it a lot. The one knock I have against it is it's large for its size. A 45-quart cooler isn't usually all that big. However, you got to remember that all of this is the ice maker, and then this size is the battery. So that would fill up, basically this whole end would be nothing but the battery and the ice maker. So it has to be bigger proportionately than average. So again, consider that if you're thinking about buying this. It's going to take up a lot of space on your rig. Now, of course, you're going to need to know how big it is to know if it'll work for you and your space. And it's 29 inches longwise like this, and it's 17 inches deep, and it's 19 inches tall. So those are the dimensions, and hopefully that'll help you decide try to imagine where you're going to put it if you have room there for it. That is the one thing, is it's quite large. So what am I going to say to you overall about this? It is fantastic. And yeah, it's not perfect. Nothing is ever. But it's really super good. If an ice maker is valuable to you, if you like an occasional drink with ice in it, this is going to do the job really, really, really well. It's quiet. It's very low power, 30 watts for this on freezer, and a minimum duty cycle. It doesn't come on very often. When it does come on, I can barely hear it. It only draws 30 watts. And yeah, I think this is a really, really great fridge. For their very first effort at making a fridge, I think it's superb. I would like to see this tougher. I would like to see the ice maker being smoother. But everything else is great. I love this battery. I love that it's interchangeable to the Bluetti AC180T. It's out of the ballpark. This is a home run, no doubt. The whole key will be the price, and I have no way to know that yet. This is a production model, but they haven't announced it, and I don't know what the prices will be yet. I'm giving it an A-, and only because there are a few teething problems to work out, but it's still a great, great unit. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.